Welcome to a beautiful summer day. Almost 85 degrees out here, and I'm sitting outside and going to start making the sugar cube structure. So I thought we'd get started. Remember that you need to be sure you have all your stuff together before you start. So what does that mean? Well, the first thing you need to have is a box of sugar cubes. I have taken mine and divided them into two separate bowls so that I don't use all of them in one story of the building. We also need a can of frosting, Duncan Hines is what I have, and it's chocolate. You need something to measure with because it's important to have a big enough piece of corrugated cardboard. I cut mine from a box and I have it 6 inches by 6 inches. You'll also need to have some kind of something to spread with, and I've just taken a kitchen knife to do that. I spread a little bit of the frosting on there because I want to make sure that I have something for it to stick onto. Otherwise, it's just going to slide all over the cardboard. So I need to take one of my containers of sugar cubes, and I'm going to start building up the walls. So I'm going to turn this off and start it back. So here we go, building the structure. I'm going to make it 7 cubes on each side. Notice that I've left a space to put a door. The first run of bricks is completed. Notice that I didn't put any mortar between them. I could have, and it would have been perfectly fine, but the object of this is to get it to fall like it would in an earthquake. What we're building is unreinforced masonry. If this was real life, we'd be building out of concrete blocks or out of brick. So let's keep working. I have now put a thin layer, emphasis on thin, of the chocolate frosting so I can start building up layer by layer. Don't put too much on or it will not fall apart. I have found it helpful to put a little glob of frosting in the middle so that I can run the bottom of my sugar cubes through it when I'm building. Notice that I have left a slight opening there because there has to be a window in your structure. Continue to build it up brick by brick. Do not use too much of the frosting. I'm getting to my last row of bricks, so I want to make sure that I've got enough for all 4 sides. So I've measured out, and I do have 7 for all 4 sides, so I'm going to continue building the same way. Now let's take a look at that side. Flip this around so you can see where the window is. There's the side there as well. Now what will go on next? Well, we need to have a floor, and it will cover the top of the door and the window. So you'd use paper, or if you have index cards, I have some recipe cards, so that's what I'm going to use. I will put a little bit of frosting on there to adhere them, but other than that, not much. The recipe card with a small amount of frosting on the bottom. I'm going to flip it over and make it the ceiling and the floor of this. Now we have something from which to build the next section of our house. Put an edging of the chocolate frosting around the whole thing. All of you perfectionists are not going to like that it doesn't look perfect, but it doesn't need to. Now we can start building the second story. Make sure it has as many layers of brick as the first. The first run of the second story is now complete. I need 3 more runs, 3 more perimeters of the sugar cubes, and I'll be done. 2 more stacks are put on. I still have 2 more to go. And I'm making quite a mess, but it's going up like it should. For the last layer and then a roof, notice that I have put 2 more windows in. This layer is finished. Now on to the roof, use another card and put some frosting on it to adhere it to the top. The house is now finished. You can see the sides. Let me flip this around so that you can see on the other side. There's our door. A completely solid side over here. On this side there is a window up at the top, and on this side there are 2 separate windows. Now that just needs to dry overnight and be prepared for the earthquake. Remember, the object is to have this fall apart in a similar fashion to the way unreinforced masonry would fall apart during an earthquake. Happy building! The house is now finished. You can see the sides. Let me flip this around so that you can see on the other side. There's our door. A completely solid side over here. On this side there is a window up at the top, and on this side there are 2 separate windows. Now that just needs to dry overnight and be prepared for the earthquake. Remember, the object is to have this fall apart in a similar fashion to the way unreinforced masonry would fall apart during an earthquake. Happy building!